Finally, a game has come along where excrement is a crafting material. Good morning, everyone. Dave from the wee hours here today playing Hell Architect. I feel in many ways my life has been leading up to this game. This is what I have been playing games for all this time, so that someday, one day, in the future, somebody would make a game where I could build the underworld of my dreams. Now, this is just a demo. This is just a taste. This is a teaser. This is what I imagine the tutorial for the full game will be when it does finally release. But I wanted to show it off. I wanted you guys to check it out. Kind of colony builder, kind of a building game. Let's just dive in and check out some Hell Architect. Well, Frank here is going to guide us through our tutorial phase here in the dark underworld. Oh, it's just fun. Let me zoom out a little bit here. How big is Hell? Hell is a size. We've got a decent size underworld to begin with here. I have no idea if later on in the full game this will expand, but it's a map. It's something we can work with, and I'm already seeing resources here. Obviously, we're going to have some coal. We're going to have some metal. These are all up top here. Dirt, coal, metal, steel, blue crystals. That'll be those guys, I assume. Green crystals. Show me ingredients. Meat, potatoes, roots, mushrooms, and excrement. Oh, super. So our currency is suffering. Right up here, suffering. We're going to make people suffer and then buy things with it. I'm already into this. It is obtained by torturing sinners. You will find the current amount at the top of the screen. Got that bit, Frank. Thank you. Resources bar allows you to check on your hell's condition. Okay, we just kind of went over that bit, Frank. Thank you very much. Hell fact number 665, and then some moving around. Okie dokie, Frank. Let's get our sinners doing something. So a super familiar concept in this style of game, we're going to dig out resources. We're just going to dive right in and dig out some stuff. And there go our sinners. They're off. They're off to work. Work for me. Work for me! And while they're working, let's just point out they are dressed up in fig leaves at this point. You can turn that off if you are so inclined to do so. I won't do it on the channel, but you can make them suffer without the fig leaves if you're into that sort of thing. They dig out pretty quickly. We've already accumulated quite a bit of dirt. Not so much on the coal and metal here. I could see that being a limiting factor in the future, but we've got a little bit of a goal here. We need a little bit more coal, a little bit more metal, and we will have done what Frank needs us to do. Well, with that done, Frank needs us to build a floor and a ladder. Okay, what have we got kicking around in the old build thing here? Basic. Ladder, floor fragment, and a torch, and then a whole bunch of stuff that is obviously not in the demo version. Let's just start simple here. Let's just put a little bit of a ladder over here. And then, I'm kind of feeling a platform, Frank. How do you feel about a platform? Let's put one of these right over here. Then they can get to these other bits. Now, can I build right underneath that? I can. I probably shouldn't be using up all of these resources, but I'm going to do it anyway. I probably ran out of resources. I can't build right over there. You kids get on with that, and I know Frank probably wants me to do some things. Yeah, we did a floor, Frank. Just hold that thought for a minute. I'm just going to have the kids start mining out this bit when they get a chance, please. I love the little hard hat that they put on in Hell while they're building things. This is just great. And you've got like an extension shovel over here. This is very, very good. Now Frank wants us to put up a torch, but he's warning us that torches can trigger phobias. So some sinners may be sensitive to light. Oh, well then let's just really make them hate life right now by putting up some torches. Yeah, give me, Frank, you got to get out of the way, man. There you go. Frank, let's put up some torches. Hopefully somebody is scared of that. Let's put one up there and one up there. I do like my decoratives. What else is kicking around the build mode while I'm here? Oh, Frank, you're in my way. Frank wants me to learn about the sinners, but I'm just going to kind of quickly go through what we've got kicking around here. We've got torchers. It is Hell, after all. Only a couple available in the demo. The Iron Maiden and the Bath of Kings. In boiling water, you can smell the scent of cooking meat and higher base suffering. Okay, so that's good. People are going to hate that. And then a whole bunch of things again that are not in the demo. Let's what do we got in food here? Flesh farm, cauldron, trough. You know what? I bet Frank is going to fill us in on all of this. So, oh, hang on, decoratives. Hang on, decoratives. A chandelier and a shelf. What does it cost me to put up the chandelier? What is that? Coal, I think? Coal? I'm putting up a chandelier. I don't care, it's decoratives. If you're gonna give me decoratives, I'm gonna put up decoratives. I'm putting up a shelf here. I don't care what kind of resources it costs me. Okay, Frank, you needed me to click on one of the sinners. What's your deal? Green icon, top right corner, one of the modifiers. This one informs you that every new sinner has a protection period. His needs won't decrease. And we've got the usual needs here. Hunger, thirst, sleepiness, and needing to use the facilities. Okie doke, standard stuff there, Frank. Now here's where Frank starts to get a little complicated. Fortitude indicates a sinner's level and grows automatically during torturing. The better a torture is suited to a sinner, the faster fortitude increases. So right now, Eve, very aptly named for one of our first sinners, I assume, you have a fortitude of 0 out of 1550. And this will go up. So right now, you're being treated worse than slop. Actually, worse than slope. I assume that's a bit of a typo. It means generating suffering is very easy. Right, so you're new to hell. It's going to be easier to make you suffer because you're new to all of this. I'm going to go ahead and guess if we get up higher in level, it's going to be harder to make you suffer because you're used to it. You've been tortured for, I don't know, millennia or something. I don't know how time works here, Eve. And you're used to it, so it's going to be harder probably to get those suffering points off. Okay, what else, Frank? So Frank had a few words to say about the level of the sinner versus the level of the torture device, and you want them to be ideally matched. So if the torture device is low level, but the sinner is high level, well, obviously they're not going to get a lot of suffering out of that. It's going to be a cakewalk to them. So you want to match those up. We'll probably come to that, Frank. I don't know if that's going to be in this demo. That sounds like advanced class stuff, but thank you for the info anyway. I appreciate it. You can find your sinner's needs below their fortitude. Yeah, we kind of covered that bit. Hunger, thirst, very, very traditional stuff here. Generally higher is better, so right now Eve doesn't need to eat or have a drink or sleep, but kind of ticking along on the way to needing to use the bathroom, Eve. You're about halfway there. And on the other side of the card, we've got all sorts of things about Eve here. So your traits. Key during torturing. Each sinner has a percentage of traits value. How much additional suffering? Okay. So Eve, if we did a torture that would have the blood trait, like something bloodletting in the torture world, you're 96% on that. So it's basically about even. You are going to get adequately tortured if we have a torture device that uses blood in some way. However, if we set you on fire, you are going to hate that. You are going to hate that. 145% on that. So we want to set fire to Eve in some way, or microwave her, or I don't know what we can get to do around here. But somehow we want Eve to be really, really hot. And then if we lock you in a box, you're basically kind of chill with that. You're okay with small spaces. That's only 60%. So you're like, yeah, go ahead, put me in a box. I don't care. Bury me alive. It's totally fine. Just don't set fire to me. Please, Lord, don't set fire to me. And each sinner has got skills, because we've got things to do here. We're going to have to cook things and craft things. They have a digging skill that we already saw. They're going to research things and build things. Bartending, you tell me. Okay, we're going to have a bar in hell. It will be named the Mulligan, as all of them are. So, Eve, what are you good at? You're pretty good at digging. You're quite good at digging, and you're good at building things. We're not doing any of that right now, Eve. We're actually sort of letting time fly here, although apparently... Oh, hi. You're new. You showed up. Right, and we're going to get another one of you in 9 minutes and 31 seconds. That's fine. Everyone can just chill out for right now. Let's look at somebody else here. Abel. Aha! Also aptly named for one of our first sinners. You are basically not... You're okay at things that are dark. Like, if we put you in the dark, it's going to generate an adequate amount of suffering, but you're kind of chill about it. You hate blood, though. We should find a torture device that deals with blood, and you're going to hate that. And unlike Eve, you are 100% fine with being set on fire. You're like, yeah, sure, set me on fire. I don't care. What are you good at? Not a lot, actually. You're okay at digging. But that's about it. You're actually not very good, Abel. You did kind of only have that one skill in the Bible, so that's not surprising. Well, with the sinners out of the way, thankfully Frank wants us to build our first torture device, the Iron Maiden, and because of that extra digging, we've already got the resources for it, so let's build a torture device, the Iron Maiden. Yes, please. Let's pop that guy. Where can I put that? It is a little fussy with the decoratives because I'd love to put it right under the chandelier, but there we are. We'll pop that right there. This is not like this is going to be my only hell. There's going to be a lot more hell to come, so it's fine. We can readjust things later. Yes, I am ready to be introduced to the infamous torture card. Absolutely, Frank. What have you got to show me? Well, Frank is wasting no time in having us torture people. He's like, yep, just get somebody in that Iron Maiden immediately. So I can just click that, and somebody will... Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful. I said it before, I'll say it again. I feel my life has been leading up to this game. And you're generating suffering. Our suffering just went up there. So we are generating the currency of hell now. Oh, we're actually torturing Adam, too. Wicked sorry about that, Eve. I know you guys were kind of attached in a sense, in a way. So, you know what? Here's what I'll do for you guys. I'll give you guys something to do while Adam is being tortured, because we're going to need more resources. That's just evident. So let's get you guys digging out some other stuff here. I'll probably have to build you some ladders in here, but just go ahead and get that done at some point. You'll get stuck down there, but it's all going to be fine. Adam's a little busy right now. He won't be able to join you. So the torture devices have a bit of a mechanic here. We could, if this were a torture device, Frank is saying, for multiple people, and put a bunch of sinners in there, which it's not. It's a one-person-only torture device. We would have different silhouettes here, so I could assign multiple people to something like that. And then there's the timeout on the cycle for generating suffering. So it clicks along, and then when it gets to the end, we generate a little suffering. Got that bit, Frank. Icon next rate is the duration of the cycle. We covered that, Frank. And then the cycle on the sinner's panel, as I already know. Do I know, Frank? Have you watched my channel before? I've probably forgotten about this mechanic. Clicking on it under the empty portrait will make one of your sinners come and do your bidding. Yeah, we got that bit. That's fine. And we could just click and drag them. Oh, let's do that. That sounds fun. Yeah, I'm totally going to have to make you guys a ladder. Hang on. Yeah, Frank, I got that. All right, Frank, you need to get out of my way here. And again, this is a complete 100% waste of resources, but I'm building a platform over here just so they can get to things. I feel that's important. Frank had... Oh, you're done. What? Did I authorize that? Wait, Adam? Why are you done? I didn't say leave the torture device. It's great you're going off to go build something, but... I did not authorize a break period. What's going on here? Anyway, I'll figure it out later. Frank wanted me to click on another thing. Oh, Frank just basically wanted to confirm that we want to match up the sinner's fears, I guess, with the torture device itself. So the Iron Maiden is a blood trait. So we want to find people who are wicked terrified at blood. Oh, you need to use the facilities, Abel. I haven't gotten to that bit of the tutorial. You're going to have to hold it, I guess. So Frank wanted to chime in and tell us that all structures have these traits here, and it's going to tell us what the structure is, what the product is that it yields, and how long the cycle lasts. Obviously, in the Iron Maiden, it's a torture device. It produces suffering, and it's got that 8-cycle time. I guess other structures will have different things going on here. Frank. I'm kind of hoping that the next tutorial bit is a bathroom tutorial, because I've got some folks ready to burst over here, which is a torture in and of itself. Actually, that would be a good torture. That'd be a very, very good torture. Just lock them in a room, Sims style, and make them, deal with that. I got the kids digging out some more stuff over here, but Frank wants us to build a bedroom now, and a bedroom is a paper box. It's a cardboard box that we're going to put. This is where people are going to sleep in hell. This is wonderful. Although, I say that, there's quite a few more unknown bedroom choices here. Maybe we can make them a nice bedroom. I'm not entirely sure why we would do that, but we could. I'm just going to throw the bedroom up over here. One cardboard box in hell. You kids need a ladder, don't you? Yeah, you've gotten a bit stuck. You've gotten a bit stuck down here. It's fine. I'm gonna get you out so I can torture you later. It's all very good. It's all fine. So with the cardboard box built, I know I'm working on the bathroom thing. Frank hasn't gotten to that bit yet. Maybe Maybe use the box. I don't know. It's semi-private. Frank just wanted to chip in and say we can manually put a person in the bedroom, but they will do it themselves. When their needs get low, they'll figure out, hey, I'm going to go sleep in a cardboard box. Frank, I'm going to kind of circumvent some of your tutorial and try and build a bathroom because the kids are really bursting over here. So in the drink tab, we've got a simple latrine used by sinners as a toilet and produces excrement, which is a resource. It's a resource. Oh, goody. Do I not have enough stuff for this? No, I think I do. I would like to do this, please. Oh, I need more suffering. All right, these things are not free. The bed was free. The ladders and the platforms, that's just basic materials, but we actually need to torture people. So kids, I'm gonna need somebody in the Iron Maiden, please. And P.S., we're gonna make another one. Because I'm gonna need a lot of suffering around here, if I'm honest. Now, this does not cost me suffering to build. This is kind of a freebie. Go ahead and build that, and then somebody just go ahead and jump right on in, if you could. Please just jump right on into that Iron Maiden. There we go. That's going to speed up the old suffering. This is all to your benefit, Abel. The more people I'm torturing, the faster I can build you a bathroom. I think I've got the gear I need for that, too. So get me to, where was that? Drink and build a latrine. Okay, somebody get down there and do that, please. Right near the cardboard box. It's going to be delightful. I am doing the thing, Frank. You don't worry about that. I got some tortures going on. We're generating some suffering. I've got some other basic materials. And Abel here is about to build the bathroom very, very quickly because he needs it kind of right now-ish. Oh yeah, Abel just jumped right on in there. With what are you reading? I'm very curious. What are you reading? You're reading Daily Sin. Oh, excellent. And you're gonna wait. Yeah, I know you need the bathroom. I know. Abel is busy right now. He's got a magazine. He's going to be in there for a while. So Frank wanted to give us a real quick tutorial on how toilets work. I think we're all very, very familiar with the concept, Frank. We know how these things go. You go in and then you produce excrement. Yes, that's what we're going to produce here. And we're storing that. That's going to happen. It's ingredients. We now have 30 excrement. Finally, a game has come along where excrement is a crafting material. Now, I notice here that Tamar got out of the Iron Maiden earlier than I expected. I did not tell you to leave, but you had a very pressing need to use the facilities here, so you will leave the torture devices if your needs get too low. You're like, yeah, it's great that I'm being tortured and all, but I am starving and I desperately, desperately need to use the bathroom. So I'm just going to take a quick break from the torture. I'll be back later. And you are. You're actually, I can drag you. I'll get it for you. Don't worry about it. I'll put you up there. And we're immediately going to learn what we use that crafting material for, which is apparently producing drinking water. So Frank needs us to build the water squeezer, which is, I guess we're going to take what we create here, put it into here, and then make drinking water. Yeah, I'm going to jump ahead, Frank, and build the thing that's right next to it, because I have go away, Frank. Frank, go away. Thank you. I'm going to go ahead and guess that you need me to build this at some point. I'm going to take a wild stab in the dark and say we're going to probably need to build everything that's in the build menu to get through this tutorial, so I may skip ahead of Frank a little bit. But this, what do we do with this? It's a manufacture structure. Already have skills. Assigning a worker, well, we already know how to do that. We can just click on something here. Now, here's a question, Frank. Frank, let's talk. Will this choose the highest skill level if I just say, whomever's around, please come and do this? Or do I have to manually put the best person in here? Are you going to, you're going to let us know that? Indeed, a sinner matching the structure skill will be selected if possible. If possible. Okay, so if I click this, you're over there. Okay, so come here, you. Frank, go away. Now, I'm not sure what this falls under. I would guess it's bartending, which is the most disgusting thing I've ever thought of. That you are, in producing drinking water from human waste, you are now a bartender. But it might be cooking. I don't know. His cooking is very high. Adam is very good at cooking. Who knew? I didn't see that bit in the Bible. Where was that he was a 5-star chef? in addition to, populating the entire planet. I didn't know that bit. But anyway, you're a really good cook and you're a fair bartender. I don't know which one you're doing. Can I find that out in the water squeezer? I bet I can. Oh, I also notice that using this, all of your needs are decreasing, and I know by how much. So if I have a production thing, I know how much your needs are going to decrease while you're doing it. It's a cooking thing. Okay, so the bonus skill is cooking. You have a very high cooking skill, so you're very good at doing this. Fair enough, that is in there. So whomever has the highest cooking skill and is available and is nearby, I would assume would be pulled into this. Great. Okay, Frank, I'm back on board with your Whoozy McWhat's-it there. I have actually added a sinner to the water squeezer. Have you noticed that one, Frank? Oh, easy enough. I just had to go out and come back in again. I had to unassign Adam and then reassign him, and Frank's figured that out at this point. Skip the discussion about the cycle, and they will work until one of their needs falls into the red zone. So they will keep working here, producing drinking water from human waste until they're really tired. And then they'll go to the cardboard box and go to bed. Or do other things. Kids, how are you doing up here? You've been up here for a while. Oh, you're out. What's your deal? What's your problem, Kane? Welcome to the team, by the way. Welcome to the team. What's your deal? You are very sleepy. Okay, so you're going to take a break, have a nap, and then get right back into the Iron Maiden. I like that about you, Kane. You're dedicated. And not overly surprising, Frank wanted us to build the thing that I built. I kind of thought that was coming, Frank. So what's the deal? This is the end result, really. So this is where they get drinking water. This is where they're going to satisfy their thirst meter. So we produce the raw resource. Oh God, it's so gross. It's so gross. There are flies and excrement and, okay. We produce the raw resource. We process the raw resource, and then we consume the finished product. I think we're out of poop. Now, Frank's next task is food. Not overly surprising. We're kind of on that bent, but while we're here, what else can I build? I can build this Bath of Kings. I may as well be torturing people. It's 150 suffering to do it, but thanks to the two folks in the Iron Maiden nonstop, I've got that. In boiling water, you can smell the scent of cooking meat and a higher base suffering. Yes, please. Let's do that. Let's put that somewhere different. That should live somewhere different. How about right down here between the torches? And P.S. kids, you don't really actually have a lot to be doing right now, do you? Why don't you go mine out some stuff? Come all the way down here. I'll build you ladders when you get stuck. It'll all be fine. Ooh, good chunk of stuff over here. Let's get all of that out. It gives you guys something to do and makes you feel you're being productive while you're in the underworld. Well, let's see what we've got in the old food category here. A flesh farm. You say, produces meat. Raw meat isn't edible. Really? In hell, we can't eat raw meat? I can eat raw meat anywhere. Dare me. I will. I'll do it. But okay, we'll build that. I'm just going to go ahead and assume that Frank is going to want us to build literally everything in here, because it'll be like the drink thing. So it'll be produce a resource, process the resource, consume the finished product. I'm just going to jump ahead a little bit and have the gang build all of the things. So a cauldron. So this is where they're going to process the raw meat into cooked meat, and then they're going to eat it at a trough. Let's get all of that down there. I've got them on a bit of a long journey over here, so it may take them a bit to get over to that side of things. But in the meantime, I wanted to check out my new torture, because that's what this is all about. Okay, the food is fine. It's nice. We're going to have food. Let's readdress torturing people. What do you do for a living? Your heat. Okay, was it Eve? Eve, you were really not into being set on fire, as I recall. Come here. Come here. Well, all right, just finish what you're doing and then come here. Yeah, Eve is really not happy about being set on fire. So here's the thing, Eve. I'm going to set you on fire. I'm going to put you in the bath here, and you should generate extra suffering because you hate this. Let's have you go dive right into the boiling pit here. Oh yeah, you don't like that one bit. Yeah, you are not a fan of that. Well, Eve took a break from the boiling pit to go get a drink of water, which is fair. It's probably thirsty work being tortured in a boiling pit here. The flesh farm is done, as is the cauldron and the trough, and this is just continually generating raw meat. I don't even need to do anything to this. It is always generating raw meat. I will throw somebody in here and have them start producing things. We may as well get some food going. We've got what I feel is an acceptable amount of, air quotes, clean water, but we don't have any food. So let's get some food going. We'll have some food and drink. We'll have the bathrooms. We've got a cardboard box. I'm going to put down another box for the gang. I feel they deserve it. I do. They've been working very, very hard and getting tortured a lot, and I feel they deserve another box. I noticed Tamar here is just kind of hanging out, not really doing anything, and I also noticed, Tamar, you don't like being hot. You are really not a fan of things that are very hot. And the thing is, I've got a thing that is very hot. It's a big boiling cauldron thing full of boiling oil. And you're going to go, what do you mean you can't do it? Tamar? 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 Do I have to get, I probably have to get the other person out of there. No? Tamar? Come here. Go here. There we go. I know, Tamar, I know this is my first day as your Dark Overlord, but don't be sassing me. If I say go in the boiling pit, you go in that boiling pit. Oh yeah, Tamar is not a fan. Not a fan. Tamar is generating a whole lot of suffering. It's a +8 suffering every cycle. Yeah, there we go. Nice little +8 there. You really hate being set on fire. So any other fire things, I don't think we'll get them in the demo. But any other fire things, Tamar, I've got my eyes on you. I notice you guys are idle. Well, here's the problem with that. 1, unacceptable. 2, our next task is just create a whole bunch of resources. So we're going on a great adventure, kids. Well, I got a lot going on for the gang here. I've outlined a whole bunch of stuff. It's going to take them ages to do this, and I'm going to have to build ladders and platforms as they're doing it, because they do get stuck quite a bit. But while all that is going on, actually I kind of need you on deck, Adam. I need all hands on deck here. We've got a lot of mining to do. I'm seeing that the immediate limiting factors are going to be metal and coal. Obviously, we've got tons of dirt. That goes without saying, but not a lot of metal or coal. I also see that steel is a resource. So I would imagine we're probably going to process the metal ore and the coal into steel at some point. What else is going on that I may or may not have built yet? Like refinement. Nothing in refinement yet. Okay, I've covered everything in food. I've covered everything in the drinks one. The bedroom only has the paper box. The research is the forbidden fruit, but I need a heck of a lot more resources to do that. 300 metal and 200 coal, and I'm not close to that. We're going to have the gang working pretty hard in the next few hellish days. Well, we're getting there. I'm just a little bit shy on metal right now, so the gang is focusing towards getting into metal deposits. And as I was doing that, I was noticing that, rather self-evident, it takes them a lot longer to dig out a piece of metal than it does dirt. And then I thought, do they skill up? Will these guys skill up? Like, Eve, you're quite good at digging. Will you get better at that? Is there something down the road where you're going to go, oh, I've leveled up in digging, so I'm going to dig out this metal ore faster? I don't know. I hope so. I hope we can create like really skilled sinners down the road. That would be nice. I mean, if you've got the skills, it's just sort of video game logic that you're going to be able to level up your skills. So we'll see. I don't know. Here's a good little chunk of metal over here. This should do the job nicely. Gang, I need you to get down there, and I'm also going to throw somebody back into the torture devices, because we're going to be wrapping up these materials soon. I'm going to need some suffering here. Tamar, oh yeah, you really, really hate heat, don't you? Bad news, Tamar. You're off into the boiling pit again. Now, you guys, how are you on blood? Oh, Cain, you just hate blood. Wouldn't it be a shame if you went in an Iron Maiden? You need to use the facilities. That's fine. You're going to have a snack. Adam, come here. How are you on blood? Not so good. Oh, I got the resources. Thank you, Frank. I'm just going to throw... Oh, Adam's having a snack. I was going to throw Adam in the Iron Maiden, Frank. I'm kind of busy here. And no surprise, the very last thing that Frank wants us to build is the research, the forbidden fruit. Let's put that right near the torture devices just to remind people how important that is. And it is indeed the forbidden fruit. It's one apple. Eve, this should be familiar to you. And according to Frank, that is good enough. We've built the research department. We've built all the basic structures to get hell started. Apparently, according to him, we are ready to rule hell. It's as much a surprise to me as it is anyone else. And unfortunately, that is the end of the demo. This is all we get to see out of Hell Architect 4 right now. Do please let me know in the comments what you think of this. I dig it. I like the style. I like the idea. I like everything about it. So I'm very excited to see this when it does finally get released. It will certainly make a return to the channel. There will be no question about that. But do please let me know what you thought of it in the comments below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, do please leave a like down below. It does cheer me and Frank up no end when people do that. And if you're new to the channel, maybe just checking it out for the first time, feel free to hit that subscribe button. See more of this ridiculous nonsense. Until then, I'm Dave. Thank you, as always, for joining me in the wee hours, and we'll see you next time. Bugs are inherently stupid, and they get in places and they can't get out. You know what places they get in? Things that are wide open that don't have screens over them. It's a piece of mesh. We figured this out like 100 years ago. What is wrong with the British, the Irish? I'm just going to keep shooting Hildegard until she goes away, which is my response to most nuns, really. So now, the pit of death is carbon dioxide, polluted oxygen, polluted water, and urine. I've just made it just a little bit worse for everyone down here.